Man, probably a fun fact on me. Is that I like to read. I like to read. That's a lost art nowadays. Oh, my great uncle is Jesse Owens. He won 4 gold medals in 1936.
I always want to leave people with this, man, to all the viewers and everybody out there, man. Make sure you guys finish your story. Make sure you guys finish your journey because somebody's going to need it.
Yeah. All you got to do is push the back button. That's all you got to do. Push the back signal.
Try not to think about the future too much so you can maximize the now.
Who's your favorite rap artist?
Man, to be honest, it's crazy. Tupac always been my number one, right? Like he got me through so much stuff, but Lil Wayne has been in the modern day.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
Hello. Everybody out there doing it. That's your boy, Coach Lee. Welcome to the Playcall Sheet, off-season edition. Back at it like we're mad at it. Hopefully everybody had a great weekend. Good to be back, hanging out with my brothers, man. Let's get in here and do a damn thing. Coming right off the top, straight from the dome, doing this damn thing. I always come here with that hot fire. From the northeast, my man, Middle Wide.
Slow down. Now this year, you know what I'm saying? What's going on, everybody? Like you said, man, felt like I haven't seen everybody in the grip, man. But it's Monday, start of the week. We get it in. Shout out to everybody else that's getting it in, man. You know, the grind's going to pay off, man. You know what I'm saying? Boss up, man. Get paid, man. Shout out to my man V. Before we continue, though, on this Monday, seemed like this guy had an extended vacation in the Bahamas. You know, he got to enjoy the Musketeers, you know, almost cried. And then make the next team cry the next time they played. You know, shout out to my man. He's a Patriot fan. I don't really like him tonight because he got the hat on. My guy, Divisional from State Farm.
Oh, the man, the myth, the legend, the villain has returned. I'm back. I'm excited. Had a 2-week layoff. Came back in like AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. How you guys doing?
Hey, now.
Doing good, man. We here, man. You know, blessed that you're okay, man. You know, we got the picture on the milk carton. We had mentioned it. You know what I'm saying? During the time we wasn't here.
Oh, man.
Yeah, tonight.
I even got the Patriots hat for you guys tonight. Went and brushed the teeth, made sure everything was nice and fresh. Got a fresh shave. You know, I'm ready to go.
He showed ready.
What y'all do this weekend, man? Time change getting with you?
Time change, you know, the first week of the time change, it got me, but we back in the reality, man. Can't let nothing stop you. Can't let nothing change the momentum of how you trying to be up or get up. So, honestly, this weekend, man, NCAA. You know what I'm saying? Basketball, you know, all types of sports on. You know, they didn't do nothing, man. As I get older, starting to realize, you know, you can hang out and do all this and that. At the end of the day, I'd rather be in the crib by myself, man. You know what I'm saying? And deal with myself. I ain't got to deal with nobody else, man. So, you know, that was my weekend.
Yeah, the time changes. I was talking to Coach Lee about it earlier. I thought I had like 2 hours before the podcast started because I was a nice little surprise comeback today. I wake up after my 4-hour nap and I'm like, dang, still sunlight out. I think I got a little bit of time before I have to hop right on. And check my phone at 7:45. I was like, oh, dang. All right, yeah, let's get my ass up and get ready. Yeah, no, weekend was great. Got to see the X-Men go out there, do their thing. Have a tough time against Kennesaw State, but then come back and beat up on Pittsburgh. Adam Kunkel, 5 for 5 in the first half from the 3-point line. Everyone's passing the ball. They had like 19 assists. Or they had 19 assists going into the second half. They share the rock. They were doing everything they were supposed to do. Shout out to one team in particular, though. Doesn't matter like how bad they are during the season. Michigan State always shows up in the dang tournament. They go on and they beat Marquette, who was a heavy favorite after all the teams that have fallen off, and they're heading back to the Sweet 16 with Tom Izzo. That team just knows how to play in the tournament, and it's something cool to watch every year.
Absolutely, indeed, man. NCAA tournament, man, as everybody knows, getting it cracking, and it's real house, man. That's why this time of March is one of the best times of the year, man, if you're a sports fan. So I hope everybody's enjoying the tournament as it goes into the Sweet 16. A lot of teams may not be on your bracket that's still in the tournament, but you still got your 2 or 3 teams that you can still say, hey, maybe this team wins the championship. But hey, it's gonna be a dogfight to the end, man. It's the play call sheet tonight, fellas.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying?
Yes,
we play quarterback, we play wide receiver, we play O-line, we play D-line. We might play some special teams tonight. So, Coach, let it rain.
Let's do this. I sure hope that wasn't your phone.
No, it was my lighter, not my phone.
All right.
Oh, hey, by the way, Coach, we probably are the worst enemies all week because that's Xavier versus good old Longhorns up there too.
Hook 'em, baby. Yeah, you see it up there.
Yeah, it's right over there. I see it. So being a coach might have to make us a little bet for this, a little bragging right bet.
Good to see Texas as well over there in the Sweet 16.
So we had a little bit of action, but you know what though? Real quick, I had a chance to talk to him yet, so this right off the top of the head. Before we get into the actual stories for the day, Chu, how you feeling about Dalton Schultz leaving, man?
Good for him. Good for him. Dallas wasn't going to initiate the type of money that he wanted. As you let me know, he actually took less money. You know what I'm saying? Than he probably
turned down 3 years, 36.
And I feel like this is kind of the norm of this. When this free agency season started, and I seen the first person get signed, I'm like, okay, O-liners, D-liners, they're gonna get paid.
Yep.
The money doesn't look like it's flying for these guys that are being signed, and it kind of gets me in a way of different sports because I've said this times ago, man. The market's gonna go up, and now there's gonna be free agencies where people stall on plays. They're waiting for draft next year and all that stuff. Everything that's happened in regards to the actual draft coming up has somewhat happened already. Will we see another couple trades? Maybe not. But this is what you're kind of getting. So at the same time, Dalton, he got his money with a team that's rebuilding in the Texans. They need somebody in that spot. And I honestly think that he's going to do some things this year. He's just going to do some lovely things. In Dallas, where we have a couple tight ends moving on up,
let's go, Fergie. In the shot.
Wasn't the right fit for him, man, but it's interesting to see what he does on the other side of Texas.
You know what's funny? When I saw the news, I immediately thought of Jake. I was like, yeah. Now he's about to see why I'm not a big Schultz fan.
Yeah, no, I actually asked Jamie about it. I was like, so Jamie, I know that's like your favorite fantasy tight end. How you feel about it? He let me down next year. Good riddance.
Yeah. Yeah, from a fantasy standpoint, he's gonna get you the catches.
Yeah.
No potential touchdowns.
Ain't gonna get you that yak though.
Don't get you no yak at all. Catch the rock and look for somewhere to fall down immediately.
He's one of those dudes that's absolutely scared of getting his knees taken out.
Yeah, it's always like he's playing for the injury.
They also added Devin Singletary today as well, man. Shout out to Bobby for that.
Yep.
In the middle of a 1-year deal, I believe $3.5 million. I believe.
They got a nice rookie down there to complement with him too, to where he's not just the solitary back like he was in Buffalo, so he can actually, make himself some worth. Also being the bruiser while I'm losing his name, but the running back, the rookie that they had last year, they could be a really good tandem, because I heard you guys talking about a week or two ago that the tandem back is what the NFL norm's turning into. You don't have just one singular back. Everyone's starting to stack up on two backs. Buffalo just got Damian Harris. The Bengals are going to be going after someone to get with Joe Mixon because they had Samaj P. Ryan. The Patriots had Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson. They're probably going to go after another one. Green Bay had Dillon and Jones. Dallas had Elliott and what's his name, Pollard. So that's becoming a norm to get two backs in each thing. So it's going to be pretty interesting. Yeah, Damian Pierce. Thank you very much, Bobby.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and jump in some news of the day. Well, we already started the news of the day. Y'all ran with that. I just wanted to run that by too real fast. But man, this one kind of made me smile a little bit inside. I've already expressed my affirmation for the Lions and what they're building up there. And I think most of us on this podcast probably, share that same sentiment with the Lions. They're a fun team to watch. Well, they added former Eagles safety C.J. Gardner Johnson. It was a one-year deal, but I thought that was a great signing by the Lions. How are you all feeling about that?
Anything to boost that defense, because their defense was what let them down last year in games. So anything that they can do to help out in their secondary, which is what they needed help with. Now they're pretty much just weak at linebacker. The defensive line's young and stout. They had a really good cornerback in Jeff Okudah, who went down with injury as well. So when you get these guys healthy in the secondary, their defense could probably, instead of being 32 in the league, they could go up in the high teens. So anything to really help out that defense, go for it.
The Eagles let this man go. What?
That's another reason to be happy.
What was the line roll that you got him for last year from the Saints? You kind of made the Saints winners. Shout out to the Saints fans. You know what I'm saying? You got to win, because the Eagles used him pretty much to try to get a Super Bowl, and they didn't get one, and they let him go. But shout out to the Lions. That's what we're talking about right now, and the development of the plays. We spoke on numerous occasions about what they needed, especially in off-sheet, you know what I'm saying, pre-draft, you know what I'm saying, inquiries, I said. And, yeah, man, they got a defender. We said they need to notch on defense, and instead of waiting for the draft, they notch here with a great gift right now. Right. And they go
He's only 25.
Right. And to go into a team where you're going to be one of those guys. They missed out on Ramsey. I don't know what really happened there, but to get Gardner, somebody that's a little bit younger, and you know, he's looking for that bag, and like I said, he's testing himself again as a 1-year deal. You know, maybe he knows that there's money somewhere next year, even more. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna bet on himself again. The Lions are looking like they're gonna try to go get the NFC North. They were so close to it last year. Now with everything falling apart on certain teams, it looks like the Lions are the top play. So, Sharon, hear me out. The Saints didn't want to pay CDD and trade him. The Eagles obviously didn't want to either. What is he asking for outside the minimum 1 year he signed? Maybe the money, the guarantee money. That's probably what it is. It's probably the guarantee money. So
what's that Jesse Bates money?
You take the short money, and hopefully in his case, nothing happens to him. He should be able to cash out at some point. Hopefully it's after this year, because you don't want to keep playing Monopoly in that aspect, Bobby. So, yeah, man. But, hey, you want your cash, man. Definitely when you're on the come up.
Hey, Jamie. I think he misjudged the market. And it's kind of a weird market. And we'll talk about it a little bit in another story that's coming up. But it's definitely a weird market. Teams are being a little bit more cautious on how to spend it now. But, to me, it's a double-edged sword. I like that he left the Eagles. So, because before he got hurt, if I'm not mistaken, he was leading the league in interceptions at safety. which is very impressive. But then at the same time, he's going to the Lions. I like what they're putting together up there. And they stole a deep snapper today, too, by the way, from Dallas.
They stealing from everybody. The Lions starting to do. Everybody
What's up?
Oh, what's going on with you, man?
Play my music.
That's how you play it about it? Nah, you don't get no music played, man. You just come in the room. You better start knocking on the door. You know what I'm saying? What's going on with you?
What's good, people? How we doing today?
What's up, brother? What's up?
Good.
You know, just had to move some everything. had to move all of it. It's crazy right now.
We get it.
Y'all can hear me good though? We good?
Loud and clear, man. Loud and
Couldn't even get no sound check. I'm so late. It's crazy.
What is guy?
Hey, but you're here and everything's cool.
Absolutely.
So I got. It sounds like we talk about my guy Gardner.
Yes,
Johnson.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
all right. Yeah, man. Look. You know, with our new fandom of the Lions this year, I smiled from ear to ear.
Who's fandom? There's no fandom here. There's no fandom here.
It must be the three important ones.
Yeah. And I can't speak for Jake, but I know me and Coach been slowly kind of liking what they're doing. But yeah. Nah, obviously I'm a Patriots fan, not a Lions fan. But
I have an affirmation for them.
Yeah, I want to see them do. It's been they've never been good for as long as I've been alive. So I just kind of want to see it happen. And looks like they're building something towards that. The offense was crazy last year, and now they added some pieces. I was hoping they would get your boy Jesse Bates, but hey, they didn't really fall off too far by getting Charlie. I was interested though why he only got a 1-year show me type deal when he showed us.
He did.
I thought he showed us with Philly.
He balled out.
I said this earlier before we got into this. I said the market wasn't really as sexy and cute as we would have thought it would be. Like, you know, people selling 3-year, $30 million deals. Like, that's not. It's like, okay, it's not. You know, 1 year, $8 million. Yeah, something's wrong with the market where I feel like this is gonna boost up next year. Maybe there's some important players on the market next year. I don't know. What's going on? There's a lot of people that need to get paid too. So maybe that's being saved for those players like Joe Burrow and the rest of them.
Absolutely. I was used to when it was just like, all right, quarterbacks get paid the most. We all know that now. But now it's like only quarterbacks get paid. Like they're not paying nobody else anything. It's chump change for everybody else. I think that's kind of wild, but we will see how this plays out. But yeah, I just thought he would have got more than a 1-year deal. I thought he got picked up by a team that was aspiring to go deep, and they went to the bowl. And a big part of that was his play on defense. So I just figured he would have got more than a 1-year deal. We'll see what happens next year.
Let me ask you this. He plays strong safety, right?
Is it strong or is it free?
I thought he played strong.
Because he was at corner originally, and then I thought they moved him to free to let him roam the field. Let me check right quick.
Well, why are you checking that? And the reason why I ask is I'm starting to think now one of the reasons why I feel they probably let him go is, it's pretty documented. They're losing a lot of players right now, role players, starters. They kind of got a salary cap situation going on there. Yeah, they haven't even paid the quarterback yet. So they're in a situation where they really can't afford to be, splurging too much. But the reason why I asked what position he plays is I remember later in the season while he was out and even going to the playoffs, the rookie showed up and he flashed. McCullum?
Yeah.
And I think because of what he showed as a rookie, that probably made their decision to part ways easy.
Yeah, they just list him as safety. They ain't even put him as like strong. Yeah, they just said safety.
Versatile safety. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Plus, they play both of them. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So hold on.
That probably hurts too, though, because how they slot the contracts on position. They were like, "What do you play?"
Right.
They're like, "You played corner for the Saints, but you played safety for them, so we don't know what you are. Come spend a year here and figure it out in Detroit."
I'm a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, but you don't get paid like that though.
You get paid.
Right. They ain't trying to pay nobody on defense like that at all. his people,
especially on defense, yeah,
like that. So it's kind of a deep thought to go into, or even agree to give somebody a type of money for how many positions he plays. Only so many people get that opportunity.
Right. Well, the second story we have.
Oh, that was only the first story? Okay, I didn't miss much. Yeah. Good, let's go.
No, you did. So the second story, it's a two-parter. The first part is, to address the obvious. Adam Thielen, he signed with the Carolina Panthers. Signed a 3-year, $25 million deal, making $10 million the first year. Is he a good fit there?
Yes. Defined fit. They had no one. So yeah. Of course
it's true. That's true because they traded more.
He's there number one now. Nothing else. But
for $10, name another wideout. $10, name another wideout on that team.
No, I can't. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, he's number one. But the thing is, like, I think
Marshall still play for them. Terrence Marshall. What's his name? Marshall.
Allegedly. No. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
But me and Will were talking like 3 weeks ago about Adam Thielen. This guy's over the hill. Paying him 3 years that much. I mean, he could probably still have another good. This year might be his last good year that he had because he was already falling off last year for the Vikings. Isn't 3 years, 25 a little much for this guy as a guy that's literally over the hill?
I would say for most teams, yes, but we just said that they have no one in their wide receiver room, really. So what it's going to be is they're going to draft guys, and they're going to need a veteran to show them how to play. That's a perfect guy for that role.
Marshall still is there, too.
Right. So you got Marshall, who's young.
Chenault is there.
I forgot they had Laviscus. Okay, so good, yeah. Yeah, like you got a bunch of young guys. You're probably going to draft another one this year at some point.
They signed Hayden Hurst.
I think he's a good locker room, a good wide receiver room guy to have there.
Man,
you better draft the right quarterback.
Locker room guy. You don't hear anything crazy about him. He goes out there and does his job. What he did in Minnesota, to me, honestly, for where his position was, he kind of let those other guys, do their thing. And I mean, regardless of injuries and all that, he was a good Samaritan in that. He never was negative, any of that. So yeah, adding him to the Panthers, great locker room asset, great veteran. We don't know how much he has in the tank, but he's gonna go out there and he's gonna bust his behind. That's one thing we know about Adam Thielen. And
I see him as Ricky Pro on the Rams.
Oh,
that's remember how Ricky Pro was like? He didn't have a lot left, but at the end, he still made some plays here and there, and he kept that group of young studs together. I think he can do that for them.
Yeah, we knew he was leaving, man. The Vikings trying to raise some of their guys, the number twos. Hopefully, they can do that. Yeah, definitely a great acquisition for the Panthers, who literally right now is looking for somebody,
and probably a good weapon, a solid safety blanket for CJ Stroud, probably.
I'm looking at what they've done so far. So obviously, they did trade for our first overall pick. So they got the choice between Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Anthony Richardson, or Will Levis. But I didn't realize they picked up Miles Sanders as well.
I'm asking you guys, you have any questions on that signing? Just quickly.
Miles? I mean, they needed more. You just show up the backs, You needed it.
Yeah, they needed that running back because they did lose Dante Foreman too.
That's true.
I would say he's a body, but he's pretty good for just a body.
Yeah.
They signed two injury-riddled guys.
That's true. So
this is the league.
That's the first part of the two-part question.
Okay.
The second one was he came in, I understand, new locker room, trying to exude some confidence. But he comes in and he says, I feel like there's a real chance to win a Super Bowl.
Who?
Thielen saying that about the Panthers.
You gotta say something.
You gotta have confidence.
Who paid him to say that?
But it's confidence.
He got paid an extra incentive to say that.
We just talked about who paid him. The Panthers paid him to say that. That contract that we said, that contract that Jake said was too much. That's part of the reason why.
Thielen's like, I'm just happy to still be in the league. There's going to be a lot of people this season that's going to be fighting, to get a contract, fighting to get on the team. Man, he's just happy to still be in the league, man. So, yeah, he took that couple dollars, said what he said, and he won't regret it at all.
to be fair, he had 700 yards, 6 touchdowns this year on 70 catches. I mean, he's still got something to offer. He's not a number one anymore, but
no. What is he like? 33, I think.
32. He'll probably be 33 by the time the season starts. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Well, good luck to you, Adam Thielen. Use a baller, see what you got left. Topic number 3 for the night. I know Two's going to get his part in, but bit of a unexpected trade that happened yesterday. They don't normally work on weekends.
I like it.
But Brandin Cooks was finally traded to Dallas. Did Dallas steal him from Houston? And does this officially kill the OBJ talk?
Yeah, it has to, right? Like, unless, I mean, I guess with injury prone, look, Cooks and Gallup are kind of injury prone, so maybe it doesn't kill the OBJ talk. But yeah, I think they got things back in order now. They got another guy who can go back outside, let CD Lamb go back into that slot area where he likes to be, and then also moves Gallup back to 3 where he was more productive when y'all had Amari Cooper. I think it's a good pickup for y'all.
I honestly don't think that this would kill the OBJ talks, because if CeeDee Lamb goes down, your number one's Brandin Cooks. You need someone else there you need at least 4 receivers.
That's a valid point. I didn't think about that.
I don't think Brandin Cooks is a one that could help them out, especially when you don't know what Dak's going to show up to play that Sunday.
Look at the coming back with them hot slugs in here tonight. That's good.
Man, listen, man.
Welcome back, Jake.
I am not happy with this at all.
What?
I'm not. No, real quick. There was a negotiation.
It cost
Dallas
us
to go get him. No, listen. There was a negotiation for Dallas to go get him during the regular season, correct? During the trade deadline?
Correct.
What was the compensation then?
I think a second.
What they trade for him? What they get for him?
A fifth. They wanted. I think they wanted a second, and for them to eat the contract. The trade deadline.
So in that regards, I'm not disrespecting Brandin as a player at all. He brings some things. You know, we've seen this guy. You know, he's the one game hitter. He gets you that one game. Dallas hasn't been in the Super Bowl forever, so that game may not be there. But D-Hop! He got D-Hop in the grass. He gonna get Brandin Cooks. This is like
It won a two.
LA Lakers move. It's like a Los Angeles Lakers move.
Hey, I like the Lakers move recently. Okay, so I don't like that comparison.
I'm talking about adding these guys for $3.5 million after the championship and thinking everything was gonna stick. You let everybody go. You let Amari go, Dallas, and I don't know, man. I'm not feeling too fond about it. I gotta see Brandin healthy. I gotta see him full healthy. Like with the Texans, he stayed healthy last year a bit, but the Texans, who would it?
He still had 50-something catches for 700 yards last year.
No. Who were the Texans though? In Dallas this year, they're gonna run. They're gonna have a whole bunch of plays for him, where he's gonna be active. So let's see if he can react to it. Hopefully, he's not on the show. I don't know, man. I don't know.
So too, let me ask you this. So you mentioned Nuke. Something that worries me about him, if we trade for him, first of all, he said he'd take a pay cut. That's cool. But a second round pick for him is kind of high, even though we suck at second round picks. But the point that gives me the most
for him. You was about to fight
hold on. But you got to remember too, he had to sit out some last year, didn't he?
Yeah, suspension for PEDs.
PEDs for 6 games. Normally, a guy around that age get paused for PEDs.
They suck after.
He's starting to go downhill.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one. Number 2 is
health, because of the PEDs.
Health. Yep. And number 3, the biggest one that really, I'm out on it. If he gets popped again, he's out for a year.
Yeah, that's a whole goodbye. Yeah.
You're
That's
talking about Hopkins, right?
Yeah, and you
Yep.
calling it
Yeah,
you
whoever-
calling it a career at that point.
They
Basically.
they need the second for him, and also the thing that I've been seeing is that the Cardinals want whoever takes this trade
Contract.
to eat that $19 million contract, which is why I see Will's point now about why that's just a terrible idea for New England.
All set. You want some 2-0 man? No.
I did not know how
I'm
much
not
the
really
money
worried
that he
about
was
the
owed. I knew
receiving
his
core.
contract was big,
I'm
but I
not
did
really
not know
worried
it was
about the
19
receiving
million.
core. I'm not really worried about the receiving core. I'm just worried about what we do, as well on the other side of the ball as well. So I'm not gonna cry about it, but when everybody said Brandin Cooks, I'm just sitting there like, okay, we finally got him.
Here's why you can't do. Here's why y'all can't do Nuke, because of that contract hit. Y'all got a big contract coming up next year.
CD.
Oh,
And Diggs.
And Diggs. Oh wait, isn't Micah coming? Oh, Micah's 2 years.
After that.
Yeah, so
Year after that's Micah.
y'all got to keep the decks clear for 3 guys, man. You got to. So
Okay.
yeah,
Two
I agree.
surprised me though.
It took it surprised me, but I think he's gonna learn to love that move.
Okay.
I mean, I learned knowing Brandin Cooks in the last 10 years. I like it like 2 to 4 times a year. I have to like it the whole season.
I loved him in New England. I thought Brandin Cooks in New England was fantastic.
He killed in New England until he got killed in New England, and then then we never saw him again.
That's the point right there. That's what I'm talking about.
Listen, it was a headshot, bro. Like that can happen to anybody.
I mean, it can happen to anybody, but it's on the resume at the end of the day.
No, it is. His bell got wrong. It is still ring when he sleeps. I'm sure of it, but it's like
that's cold.
He's still a good player.
Hey, at least you guys signed Leighton Vander Esch. You're good.
Oh, that terrible human being.
So I had spoke earlier about how the contracts, in the Dawson Schultz story. I think two brought that up also.
Where's Schultz go? I didn't watch TV all day.
Texas.
1 year, $9 million. And he turned down a 336 last year.
Yeah, so you keep ducking tackles. You want to show me. You're gonna get show me deal. That's what happens to you.
So
I bet you he'll break some tackles this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Coach Lee be pissed.
Yeah, definitely crazy talk. And he won 20.
Yeah, OBJ out of his mind. Last time we saw him, his knee exploded. Let's keep.
All right, so apparently OBJ came out and said that he did not say that. He just wants more than the men, which is above $4 million, or I don't know what above $4 million. He said that he never said that. He said that he never said that. Apparently,
he can get one of these $9 million deals, one of these $11 million deals for a year.
Why not? You get the freaking play.
When your knee blows up the way it did, you are now officially a contract for hire. Like you're just a year by year guy. No one's signing you long term anymore. You're done.
He said he denied it, but he feel like he's worth more than $4 million.
Yeah, now, that's what it was. The $4 million part right there.
Now he is linked to the Chiefs and the Patriots.
The Chiefs would be perfect for him.
Yes.
No workload really. Just come out. What Lewis always says: be a goal line guy next to Kelsey. Maybe if you could still run straight. See, because look, the ACL, he can still run fast straight. It's the cutting that's going to kill him now. Mm-hmm. So,
but they got grass up there.
Yeah, so come out. Yeah, come out, run some streaks, some goal line fades, maybe get a ring. Worth it.
Okay.
And they may even give you $10 million to do it.
They may.
Might give you 7.
Yeah, they might give you 7. Took's right on that. They might give you 5 cents.
So the money's kind of drawn up now. So, we talk about the OBJ. But the story that I was leading into, Laremy Tunsil agreed to a contract extension where he's like a $75 million contract.
Did no one else want him? Or did
the Chiefs were sniffing around?
Yeah.
They just with them losing Brown.
They didn't lose Brown. Brown lost his mind. He gave up a crazy bag to go play for somebody who's probably not going to win.
No. Oh, man, you're opening a can of worms, but I ain't going to get into it. But the big reason was that they wanted him to play right tackle. He did not want to play right tackle. He took less money so he could play the position he wanted to play at left tackle.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Bengals. I forgot. Bengals. I don't know why I thought it was the Bucs. Bengals. Yeah. Okay, so they'll still have a shot at winning, but look, he should have just played the position and took the bag, bro.
It's got links to his dad. There's a whole thing behind it.
He wants to be a media story one day. I won a title with Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes. Man, listen to all that crap. Well, I agree with you, man. If that's the case, man, you should have stayed with the goddamn Chiefs, man. Because the Bengals, I'll be real. Open the can of Wolves, Will. The Bengals ain't winning shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Bengals.
You know what I'm saying?
As long as Joe Burrow is lacing them up, they're gonna have an opportunity to win for sure.
Yeah, opportunity don't mean they're gonna win.
That's also true, but
I honestly think that the Laremy Tunsil deal was a good idea for the Texans, considering that they really don't have much of anything. So them signing somebody to be able to help them for the future, because Tunsil's not terrible. He's actually a very good lineman. Is he worth 75?
Sorry, Jamie.
That's stretching. But yeah, he thought that he signed to the Bucs, not the Bengals. Jamie, two's the one hating. No, Tunsil, I think, is a great sign for the Texans. They need help on the line, just like they need help on every position. So you got to start somewhere, right?
Texans got that Deshaun Watson.
He already ahead of luck. He been to a Super Bowl.
They got the Deshaun Watson money. You know what I'm saying? Remember, you know what I'm saying? Deshaun Watson wasn't available for that money because he did some things. So now they're just spending it on, whatever they want to spend it at the mall, and they're picking stuff out that they like. Shout out to the Texans, man.
Look, every team needs a left tackle. He's worth it. He was worth it. Yeah.
No.
75 mil, 50 guarantee.
Jamie said it earlier in the chat, is that all these quarterbacks are getting paid big, but you need to start where they can actually play. You need to pay the linemen. Go out and find the best lineman you can get. Pay your linemen so your quarterback can actually make things happen.
I just want to know, what were the other offers on the table for Tunsil for what teams? Because if the Chiefs were sniffing around,
it'd be a good idea for him to leave.
Maybe it'd be. Again, I know I'm contradicting myself a little bit because I just said Brown should take the money, but I'm saying take the money and you have a chance to win.
Yeah. The chance of winning is always overlaps, I think.
Tunsil could have had a chance of winning if he went to the Chiefs. With the Texans, he's going to be,
good for 1 year, bad for 10.
Probably.
Right after it got announced that he signed the contract extension yesterday, this is what he tweeted.
Tell him to bring me my money. Yeah!
Okay. That's all that's about. That's what it's all about. You don't care about championship rings.
Yeah. Say less. He wanted the bag.
He wanted back-to-back Super Bowls. He want his money. That's the type of game he's on in his profession. That's what his agents.
Now hold on. Okay. They were willing to pay Orlando Brown that outrageous contract. Who knows? The Chiefs might have offered Tunsil that same contract, maybe about $20,000 less, but still.
He want his extra $20,000.
Yeah, if that's what time he's on, then hey, look, good for him, man.
Right, on the money.
Get the bag.
He's only 28. Here's what's the most intriguing thing about him is, I didn't realize. So this is his second or third contract, and he's only 28. This is a 3-year extension. So when the CBA goes up again, he's still going to be at a prime age to get another even larger contract. So he's been taking these 3-year contracts every time. And I didn't realize he's his own agent.
Oh, he's duffel bag.
That's why he wants that money.
Figured it out.
That's why he's probably got that money like that, because a lot of people, we're looking at we got a man that's, got an agent in his mom, and everybody's like, this is the country must be doing the great job. We ain't hearing nothing. We ain't hearing nothing about him. It's not Lamar. I had to take it, Lamar. You know what I'm saying? But this is what's going on right now.
That's cold, man.
And we can't say nothing about the color. It was skin. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we're trying to edge it in the world for the ladies, man, which, they have equal rights in our minds, and not in everybody else's minds. But at the same time, it's like, damn, man, this is what the NFL is about, man. And we just said linemen get paid, quarterbacks get paid. Name of the game.
So last topic of the night, it's a good segue by you as well, too. It is actually Mr. Lamar Jackson. He's linked to the Titans and the Vikings, wild card, according to some execs out there. As of right now, it looks like he's going to be playing on the franchise.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Do y'all think he misplayed his hand, or you think Baltimore's playing hardball with him?
Look, he wanted
a little bit of both.
He wanted too much guaranteed, man. Like, you can't have the whole thing guaranteed with that style of play. Most people don't get a full guarantee. So I don't know why he thought he was going to get a full guarantee.
The Browns being stupid is the reason why Lamar wants that contract. And the thing
they've already renegotiated that contract too.
Deshaun Watson is 100% not worth it. Lamar would probably be worth it in my eyes if the Browns offered him that kind of a contract, but I think that's overpaying. The thing is, Lamar will be a good fit wherever he goes because he can play to his strengths and make a playbook work for him. But the difference is, I don't think he's worth as much as his asking price. I think he's worth about $75 million less, and then that's a great contract for him. $250 million, perfect. Let him run.
Almost
almost
no one is worth what he asked for.
No, not at all. But like I said, he's a great fit anywhere. I'm hopping off my hater train, I guess, but I think he's a great fit literally in any team in the NFL because they can make a playbook that'll surround him. And if he gets an Adam Thielen type of receiver, maybe he can throw to him. It just depends on what their routes are because he can't go past 25 yards. But if you're getting good cuts, slants, or anything that with a good tight end, he could win a Super Bowl depending on where he goes. And without Roman there, he'll be fine.
Damn,
this is going to be a good year for. This is going to be a show me. This is going to be a show me year for him, and I think he's going to make him look stupid. He's going to have a fire. The problem is, he's had one good, healthy year, and it was the year he won the MVP. Other since then, he's damaged goods. That's why another reason why they don't want to pay him. So we'll see how it goes for him. There, Will, I hopped off my hater train. That's my real insight.
Lamar Jackson, man. Hey, link to the Vikings and the Titans. Would that be? I mean, they wouldn't give up 2 first rounders. None of those teams would give 2 first rounders in their QBs for Lamar.
Maybe the Vikings are a QB away.
Huh? No. That's what I'm saying. Baltimore. If you look at Baltimore's history of quarterbacks, they don't really have the stylish, next to them. Like Flacco, Dilfer, all these other guys that play the position besides probably Steve McNair, but he was like at the end of his career, basically. They don't really go for the flashy type. But you say the Vikings and the Titans, which I'm hearing, if one of those teams do sign Lamar, they got to give him 2 first rounders. Hey, might as well give their quarterback to him too. Either Kirk Cousins or Tannehill. But I still think Atlanta's in play. I think
they're dark horse too.
I think so.
I honestly think the Ravens are actually scared to sign a quarterback like that. I know they're completely different wavelengths, but the last time they gave up a huge contract for a quarterback that did well for him and won a Super Bowl, he flopped the remainder of his contract. And I'm talking about one Joe Flacco.
Yeah, he did.
He got a massive contract and flopped the rest of his career as a Ravens. He got a bag and said, I'm set. I got a ring. I don't care. I'm done. And he got a contract, got paid, and he was done.
Nah, he got the contract because of what happened.
100%. No, that's what I'm saying. But he flopped after that, and they are scared to give another quarterback a contract that they're giving up a big bag because he flopped afterwards.
No, that's just not the way the Ravens play. You got to realize, too, when they gave Flacco that contract, to everybody, it's a lot of money, but it's friendly. It's friendly. For what Flacco's done for years and years, he deserved that money on top. And he got a Super Bowl.
But he didn't do nothing afterwards, so they're scared to pay.
Here's the thing, though. The truth is, we may get caught up sometimes in what players do and think that's why they get paid. You get paid for what you're going to do, not for what you've done.
Exactly.
That's true.
That's why that MVP for Lamar doesn't matter.
He's been injured
the last 2 years. They're scared to sign him for that reason.
We was already spitting the demise at Joe Flacco before he won the Super Bowl and he got the deal. For years and years, the Ravens were losing. The Ravens couldn't get there. And Joe Flacco got paid there for the due diligence. Some people don't get paid for that. It's what you do in the years to come. But I'm telling you guys, Joe Flacco got paid that contract because for everything that happened, it didn't eventually happen. He's a Super Bowl champion. If Lamar's a Super Bowl champion, this would never be a discussion right now. This would not be a discussion. That's not the way Baltimore played.
But it wouldn't be because of what he had done. They would just be like, all right, we know for sure we can win a bowl with you. So, yeah, we can give you that money. But, yeah, they can't be sure that he'll stay healthy. Yeah,
I think that's the biggest thing because of the style that he plays. Right. Now, new coordinator coming in, it can be a little bit twerks where he's not exposed as much. But if I'm a GM, if he's my franchise, my offense is built around him, I'd be a little cautious about giving that much money out too. If that was me as a GM, but as a player, you need to get your cash.
It's just the guaranteed part. Like literally, they'll give him every penny. That you just can't guarantee all of it because of the fact that he's been hurt twice lately.
100%.
Like that's all.
Guarantee him anywhere from 20 to 40. He would have to take it. That'd be stupid of him not to.
That's true.
But you know what? How come
the
day I decide to talk something good about Lamar Kwan's not here? This is bull.
I will be sure he knows about that, though. I will be sure he knows about that.
And a little side note before we go into a first break for the night. Little side note. So he was given the non-exclusive value tag.
Yeah.
They have already budgeted in to do it again next year.
He's gonna be pissed.
I think the thing is at first with this thing, I honestly thought that they did that strictly for the fact that they wanted some other team to offer them the money so that they could decide if they were willing to pay whatever the price was. They didn't, and if they said no, we're good, they just get 2 picks off of it.
That was literally them saying, "Go ahead. If you think you can get that, find it. Go ahead. Go get it. If you think somebody gonna give it to you, if you think it's us just being assholes and we don't love you, go find someone who'll do it." And he couldn't.
No. Although after talking about it, I kind of like where we're going with this. I think him with the Vikings would make the most sense. They got literally everything but a quarterback there. Him there, that NFC.
Kirk Cousins just took a stray.
You think the Bears are making moves? They're going to move up. You think the Lions are making moves and they're moving up? If the Vikings went out and got Lamar Jackson, screw the NFC. It's over.
He just shot Kirk Cousins in the leg from a mile away. Like he was carrying his kid and everything.
Yelled at him and everything.
Don't be throwing jabs at Kirk, man. Kirk running away with the bag regardless, man. Shout out to RG3 for that bag, man.
Hey, I'm gonna do this for Mr. Kirk Cousins because he beat the Bills that one day. I love that.
Kirk got the chains on.
Hey, Kirk chains.
The shirt tucked in. He don't care right
glasses
now.
with the glasses.
He don't care.
Well, let's take our first break for the night. We're going to come back and we're going to tackle this dismal NFC South division from this last season.
Best of the best.
We'll be back in about 15-20. Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.
What's up, world? Kyrie Robinson, man. New Orleans Saints veteran. Hey, man, make sure you guys go check out my guy, man, STWF, the media, man. Check them guys out. Y'all want to get sports talks with players, with fans, anything like that, man, go check them guys out, man. That's the place to be if you want to talk sports. Who that nation?
Back at it like we're mad at it. Appreciate y'all hanging out here with me.
Hey, we're getting real close to that hour mark, but I'm feeling a little jumpy. I gotta get this out. But you know what time it is, right, Will? You know what time it is? It's time for that like, subscribe, share it out, and keep your comments up. You guys are firing the comments tonight. Everyone's talking back and forth. We love it. Two's on it. Will's on it. Coach has got the hot fire with us, too. I think we're killing it tonight, boys. Go ahead. Share this out for us. Share it out.
Also, I just want to make a quick comment on the last topic about Lamar. I don't know if he's 100% right, but Felger from Felger and Maz is a Massachusetts podcast and radio show. He was saying that even with that 2 picks that you have to trade, there's a workaround to where it only has to be 1 pick. He said it's in the writing of how it goes. So he explained it better.
You know why? You know why? Because why? If you're going to take Lamar and take him off, why are you going to keep a Mac Jones on the team? Like you just said, the Vikings are like, why are you going to keep Kirk Cousins? The Titans, why are you going to keep Ryan Tannehill? Give him up and compensation with the first rounder and go get Lamar.
Yeah, I trade Mac and pay that money right now. Right now. We'd be contenders.
Lamar in the New would be crazy, dog.
It would be crazy.
That would be, oh my God. Stay in your cribs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
It's going to be World War III at Foxborough, man.
The AFC would be way too crazy if that happened. Honestly. But yeah.
Oh, yes,
all right.
man.
So what's this next topic? Let's get it cracking.
So
Stand by my quarterback.
So Bobby says, "Are
Right.
we talking in
Get Cousins. See how that goes.
now? Let me get my popcorn. Saints winning the division and going 6-12.
It's not 13-3, so you know what I'm saying? You on track, Bobby. You on track.
Oh, that's cold-blooded, man. We're not starting with the Saints first, but we are starting with 28-3 first. So we're talking about those Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
Before we look into
Right.
these 5 free agents that they should have signed, what is Atlanta even doing? What's their identity down there?
Oh, they got
Try to
something up
make
their
money
sleeve.
from the fans.
They got something up their sleeve. You watch. You wait.
Shit,
I don't know what it
what?
is. I don't know what it
have
is.
no idea.
They need to open Chick-fil-A on Sundays there, and maybe there'll be some spark.
That's the Lord's Day. You better stop.
But right now, I feel like they're in a similar position like the Texans, where they have money and you might as well just go to the mall and spend on something you want to make yourself look interesting. But are they done? You don't know.
Here's the thing. I think they're caught in a situation where they have to figure out what Ritter is.
Yes, they do.
If Ritter's the guy, then they just pick another guy next year. I mean, if he's the guy, then they move from there. If he's not, they pick another guy next year. But they put themselves in that spot by picking him. So they kind of, it's like us with Matt. Like we put ourselves in a spot by picking him. So we got to ride it out until we have another option.
Well, you know, maybe that's unfair for me to say that Ritter's a bum. It's just I'm a Xavier fan.
Yeah, that's
He went
pretty
to
harsh,
UC,
man.
and I hated Cincinnati, and that's just how it is.
Oh, okay.
But
That's not-
personally,
he had connections like that.
the guy
always
played
with the
in
heart.
Amer-
This one. Always with the
The
heart.
guy played in the American Conference, played against absolutely nobody, and went undefeated, and then got absolutely trounced by Alabama and made himself look completely dumb. I didn't think he'd get drafted to the 3rd round. So, I mean, this guy has never really played full. I mean, competition's competition, but he's never went against high-level, super competitive competition other than that Bama game, and he showed his butt. So, I guess you're right. This is a show-me year. Like Will said, they're stuck with him. Might as well see what he can do. I think they should have let him show what he could do like mid-season last year and not let Mariota play. But it is what it is.
I think they were going under the guise of like if you send them out there too early, you could damage them like David Carr did. So teams are not so quick to do that.
Yeah. So I guess see what he can do. I personally have zero faith in him. I think he's gonna flop like a fairy on the floor, and we'll see how it goes.
Well, they got Tyler Heineke, so I mean, yeah, you got somebody that's going to take your spot if you can't control the wheel already. And we know what Taylor Heineke has done, you know, in Washington, you know, so guys will probably root for him to, you know, have the spot if Riddler doesn't do anything.
Thing is, people like to they gather around Taylor Heineke. He's a beast. He's a player's player, a player's quarterback. This guy feeds off of emotion and everything. He will be able to get the most out of Atlanta players if he does get the starting job. Ritter doesn't have that. He gets confidence from how players play around him. And Atlanta, they ain't got a lot of confidence.
I think they're building. They're just building a team until they get the quarterback that they want.
I think Heineke is going to I think Washington is going to regret letting him go.
100%.
Because I do think he's going to end up being the starter there. He's got grit.
100%.
He won't lose you the game.
No.
Washington
made a mistake fooling through.
Yeah.
He needs to get out of there ASAP.
He had like a little insanity run though. It was like it was hot and then like it wasn't. So I love the kid. I want to see him play. He reminds me of Fitzpatrick, all of that. So
Fitzmagic.
Like he reminds me of that type of guy. But we'll see what happens. I can see him being a journeyman too. What he signed 2 or 3 years? 2 years.
They're building a big totally ball. Yeah.
I think it was 2 years.
Yeah.
Washington got a better backup QB.
Ooh.
Look, I don't. Oh, really? That's who that is? Oh, is the starting quarterback really Sam Howell?
That's what they're saying.
That's the starter.
Now, look, again, I don't like UNC either, but The way he did Dallas last year, okay, I'm willing to see what he's got.
Yeah, but his role's going to be as far as they can throw him, for sure.
Yeah.
Who did Dallas?
Sam Howell. Well, you ain't got nothing to say. It's true. It happened.
Let's look at these five.
What was that, week 40?
Don't matter.
Let's see that,
y'all laced them up.
3, week 4.
The L is in the column.
Yeah, y'all laced
Sam Howell.
Y'all laced them up. Y'all laced them up.
Well, yeah, we laced them up for them, the guys to win. Yeah, they had no hopes of winning the division. We wasn't gonna win it.
So the 5 free agents
we all know that
Atlanta supposedly could sign. One of them is already off the board, and that was Jacoby Brissett. But the other ones, I believe they're still available. DJ Shark. Is he still there?
Yes.
I mean, available?
DJ Chalk, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I think he got signed recently. Hold on. Let me. I
thought he played for the Jags or the Lions.
I mean, those are the last 2 teams he's played for. I don't know.
Hey,
that
I'm
he's
up
still
to
there.
something. I got something right.
Detroit. Okay.
Detroit.
Hey, I was right.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So he's off the board.
Yeah.
So the other 3, Isaiah Wynn.
Take his booty.
That's the fellow Patriot, right? He was a Patriot, former Patriot.
He's booty.
Lyman.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a bum.
Rock Yassin.
That's the former Colt. The former Colt great. Ask Lewis about that guy. He's all right, but he got better. He got better, I think, last year. Finally.
And Arden Key.
So they just I feel like they're just telling this team to punt.
It's like, what are they doing?
But that might not be the Falcons' move. That's just what like people think they're doing. Just because you can't see the vision don't mean it ain't a vision. Like
I see the vision, Atlanta. I see the vision. Chick-fil-A's open on Sundays. Strippers in the
it's not
stadium.
happening. You gotta get that up.
Chicken wings in the stadium. You know, fire Lou Williams pepper wings. You know what I'm saying?
Are you moving to Atlanta? Is that what this is? I don't.
I think Atlanta needs to implement all this to their football team, and maybe they can be better, be somewhat good.
Nah, look. Here's my thing. I had the same point about my Patriots. Jake won't agree. I understand. I've been talking about this with Patriots fans for a while. It's the same type of situation. How much do you want to put into a team when you know right now
it's gonna be trash?
It's not gonna work. Like if you don't have the guy. Like now, it's a little different in the NFC because, especially if Aaron goes to the Jets, which who knows, whatever's going to happen. But like,
you got to keep in mind, there's a certain percentage of the salary cap they are required to spend.
But that's all I would spend if I'm in this situation. Like that's what
Probably
I'm saying.
Why they spent so much on Jesse Bates.
Yeah, look,
they had to. It was required. Like, yo, you have to get this man his back automatically.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it's not even that part, dude.
Those grapes are real.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. No, I think that they did that just for the reason Coach said. I don't think he was worth that much. Jesse Bates is really good, but he ain't that really good. Now I know why the Bengals let him walk. It makes sense.
Yeah,
that's your asking price.
He wanted his money.
You're exactly right, Bobby.
Man, $625, you lost.
Yeah, and I want to say like hot dogs like a buck.
We should all just move to it. Let's all just move to Atlanta. Become Falcons fans. Everybody go. Get a big old house.
Yep, and keep your gat next.
I mean, I love the Toronto Blue Jays, but the Braves all right, I guess.
I grew up loving the Braves too for the NL. Obviously, Sox all day.
I won't ever root for the Hawks though.
Yeah.
So as far as the draft,
they're terrible.
This first round pick that they're calling out from, they get him. I'm kind of liking a little bit what they're doing at that point in time.
Who if they get who?
Jackson Smith and Jabba.
Yeah. Oh, and Jigba.
And Jigba.
Yeah. Here's my thing though. That's another weird situation. Like they just drafted the last 2 drafts. They drafted a tight end and a wideout.
In Pitts.
Yeah. So you're gonna go again? Your defense is horrible. You're gonna go again in the offensive side of the ball. Look, as a quarter, if you love your quarterback, then I'm like, hey,
Hey,
Do it.
hey, man, they probably think having lion dreams like, hey, all we need to do is have some offensive players and give up and score 30 points and hopefully
Yeah,
not
if we can score 30,
You gotta
we'll
remember
do
though,
it.
it's easier to turn a defense around faster than it is offense.
Really?
Case in point.
Well,
look at the Cowboys under Nolan, and
okay.
then when my man came in, that team was historically bad under Nolan.
I guess I have to agree because I would say on offense, it's all around one guy. Like if you got the quarterback, you can do it
right
overnight. But
you have variables at that point.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I agree.
Smith and Jib is going to come out and have a Garrett Wilson type season. I'm excited to see where he goes. Honestly,
he was a beast in high school too, man.
His brother plays for the Pirates.
He is not fast.
He's not, but he's
he can play. He can play.
Great hands. And he does. Excellent body control.
Yeah. He was hurt last year, though. Hopefully he can stay healthy.
Them hammies, right?
I believe so.
Second round pick.
Sorry, D.
Cornerback.
Raining on your parade.
Emmanuel Forbes from Mississippi State.
Corner?
Corner.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Just start somewhere on defense. Like you gotta start somewhere.
But that's them projecting them to do a draft because they got them with two second round picks. With the second round pick, Tua Piloto from USC.
What a name.
Defensive end. So back-to-back defensive picks in the second round.
Yeah, it should be like all defensive picks, back to back to back like that. It's all bad over there.
Defensive shopping is what the draft needs and calls for the Atlanta Falcons.
Damn. Then back to offense. With round 3, a center, Luke Weipler from Ohio State.
A terrible name.
Round 4, a wide receiver, Nathaniel Dale, another wideout.
You trying to find Kyron Ridley again? Y'all let him go.
No, they need another Roddy White.
Round 4, Dorian Williams from Tulane, a linebacker. And then round 5, cornerback, Jacorian Bennett from Maryland.
Why don't the fuckers call Bobby Wagner for a 1-year deal? Because Bobby's probably in a situation right now where he wants to win something in Atlanta. How close are they to actually?
Bobby wants another ring. He'll sign a 1-year deal, but it's got to be with a contender.
Yeah.
And I didn't see this. They got them. So
that being said, Atlanta could win this division
with 3 7-round
first round.
Anyone could win it.
They got them taking a fly on Stetson Bennett in the 7th round.
Stetson,
not a bad pick.
Stetson.
Not a bad pick for that.
I think the only knock against him for the most part is his age.
And that's really not that big of a deal. I mean, again, he
damn near 40.
Andy Dalton was drafted at 26 years old. I mean,
how'd that work out? That's not a good case study.
Brandon Weeden.
Multiple franchise records.
That is not a good case study.
Him and AJ Green were a tandem. Anyway, off that topic,
Andy Dalton?
Stetson Bennett would be fine there. If Desmond Ridder doesn't work out and Heineke gets hurt, the dominoes just fall the way how Bailey Zappi ended up playing, and that's how Stetson Bennett gets his chance. You could see something amazing. Just saying.
Yeah, you can see something amazing. We hope so.
When Andy Dalton's your case study, it's not a good outlook.
It's not a case study. It's just how late he was drafted, Will. That's all I was saying.
Andy Dalton regular season is a juggernaut. Playoff Andy Dalton, red rifle.
That part. Shoot your eye out, kid.
Y'all wrong. Y'all cold-blooded, man.
62.
As we're going traveling down the road of the NFC South, the dismal NFC South, our second stop takes us to the Carolina Panthers.
Carolina Reaper Peppers,
who now have the top overall pick after the massive trade with the Bears. So free agents for them. I think this guy's gone already. Damian Harris. Who do you sign with?
Bills.
Damian Harris. That's our
Bills,
running
right?
back. Yeah, he went to the Bills.
Bills.
Oh, you're talking about free guys. Okay, yeah. No, he went to the Bills.
Alan Lazard.
Jet.
Jets. Everybody just came to heart. Like, we just did nothing. I love it.
Jihad Ward.
Yeah, I will.
Don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Welcome
to the informative podcast
Giants.
where none of us know.
Who's the Giants?
It's been a rough week, guys.
Edge rusher from the Giants. Sean Murphy, cornerback from the Buccaneers.
Oh, Sean Murphy Bunting, yeah.
Still fucking right now, as of right now. He has not been touched.
Yeah, they should definitely go after him for sure.
I like him.
Now that's the free agents. Now, Will, this is gonna be your time to shine right here. Looking at their potential first round picks, they got them with the number 1 overall pick. You got of Florida, Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, see, so here's the thing, though.
Number 1.
Here's the thing. From what I hear, who they got Reich, right? Coach is Reich.
Yes.
In love with CJ Stroud.
That's what I've been hearing too.
So he's probably the number 1. It's probably for Stroud. They probably traded up because they didn't want to get left out in the cold and not get him.
Yeah. Yeah, because I heard your guy, they were talking here locally about him today. They say he probably should have went back to school.
Who, Richardson?
Yeah.
Oh, I said that before he was even considered leaving. I'm like, he better just stay another year. He's thrown under 500 passes ever in college.
He's definitely a project.
Yeah, he's Trey. Like, see, look, Trey Lance threw way more passes, but he threw it in who the hell knows where. Like, at least Richardson threw it.
Same place Carson Wentz was from.
Terrible. You are terrible. But it's the truth, though.
I know where you went. It's colorful, you know. It's fun. But like, at least Richardson did it in the SEC. But like, still, it's under 500 passes.
You know who he reminds me of?
They were like 6-6.
With the hype he's getting, but the lack of experience.
Don't say Jamarcus Russell.
Nope.
You should say
Mitch Trubisky.
Oh yeah.
He didn't play much at Carolina.
Money Mitch, and for the same reason too. Like they lit up the combine. But see, here's the difference: he's one of one in terms of athleticism. So all the other guys who may have like shined at the combine and got themselves jumped up the list, and all the other projects at quarterback, he is one of one athletically. He broke records at the combine as a quarterback. He has a crazy arm. He's fast as hell, 4.4 speed. That's ridiculous.
He could end up being the next Terrell Pryor. Not working at quarterback, move over to wide receiver.
Yeah, maybe, but the thing about it is his arm is even better than Pryor's. He's got a cannon. He's got a cannon. He can throw deep.
Wildcats, dude. You can run Wildcats.
Here's the other thing too. I think if Pryor came in now, his career would have went differently. Maybe he could have played quarterback. The league is more catered now to understanding how to use these types of quarterbacks, how to teach them, how to keep it simple early before laying it all on them. So, look, like I said, a project, nonetheless. Even though he killed the combine, he's still a project.
Right.
And I don't know if you could do a project number 1 overall.
And the project game being thrown around, I'll be real, all these guys are projects. So it's not like Richardson is down below anybody because we're saying he's a project. Yeah, he threw under 500 passes in college. Yes, he did all that.
Athletically.
2.0 Cam Newton.
Yeah. Athletically.
Not the Panthers may not go get him, but another team may go get at that because they need a guy like that.
No, of course he's going to get drafted. Right. He's going to get drafted in the top 5 probably.
You need a tough guy. You need a guy like that with some stone and some weight on him. You know what I'm saying? If athletically and if he can do some football moves, you know. And everybody's a project, man. Doesn't matter. Everybody that's in this draft as a QB, any player, that's why I give draft grades a C. Never A's, B's, none of that. Straight in the middle because we don't know where these players are going to be, what they're going to do. But he has the same ceiling right now as all these other quarterbacks.
I think even though I give him plenty of hate, there are only 2 NFL starting quarterback ready guys in this draft, and it's Stroud and Levis. Everybody else could sit a year and be perfectly fine coming into the next year. Those are the only 2 quarterbacks I could see doing something productive next year right off the gate.
And with that being said, I can see them both crash and burn too. I don't think that
100%.
They're not. They're NFL ready-ish, but they're not like they're not guarantees.
Coming in with these big words. Ready-ish.
Now, crazy.
Now, their projected second round pick I like a lot.
Who?
Jalen Hyatt, wide receiver from Tennessee.
Yeah, we've been talking about him as long as we could.
He's a one-trick pony, but he does it well.
He gets open deep. You know who he reminds me of? Will Fuller.
Okay, I can see that from Notre Dame.
Notre Dame guy. And
The problem is, where's he at nowadays?
Well, look, whenever he's on the, he's not playing, but whenever he's on the field, he's open deep. That's it though. But yeah, he reminds me.
Torrey Smith, like.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Torrey Smith was a monster.
Yeah, Torrey was pretty good, but he couldn't stay healthy either. Anywho, yeah, I like that pick for them. Get yourself some speed for the guy you're gonna draft.
Get some guys some speed, and then you added Thielen. You know, Thielen's gonna be right in the middle, doing in and out. So you know.
So then you got Thielen, Laviska Shenault.
Yeah.
You'll have
Terrence Marshall.
Terrence Marshall,
get him in fantasy this year. Tell anybody this year.
I agree.
Go pick him. Tell y'all.
But also Shenault, because Shenault came on strong at the end of last season.
He started feeling his drift. They started to finally let him play his game. Like he's gonna play some wide receiver. He's gonna play special teams. You need him to get that mixing feeling because he's gonna be more proactive that way. So I agree with you. He definitely turned it up at the course of the end of the season. Definitely.
Now, what's interesting is right around again in the third round, they having them taking A.T. Perry, wide receiver from Wake Forest.
That's a weird one.
That's very weird.
Just because, it's their defense, they still need something on that side of the ball too.
They do, but I feel like they've in years been able to implement, a structure there that the defense is not the worst. They can improve.
One of the worst.
They were one of the worst.
Yeah.
But to be fair, they got stressed out by their offense not having anything going.
Exactly. And then when their offense got anything going, the defense had to match that intensity.
Yeah.
And probably couldn't. But to me, I felt like the defense was kind of intent. It's good. They wasn't getting blown out. They wasn't getting beat. Games were close. You know what I'm saying?
Well, maybe I'm looking at it bad because their secondary absolutely sucks.
You know,
their corners and safeties were horrible.
Yeah, the defense reminds of what you thought the Bengals' offensive line was, which really became what it was.
What, getting better year to year? Yeah, 100%. They're getting better 100% year to year.
Is J.C. Horn going to come back healthy?
I hope so. I please hope so. I have the rookie card. I'm just hoping that.
I like Horn, so I hope so.
So they in the fourth round, they're having them taking Zach Harrison, defensive end from Ohio State.
Yeah, get some defense out there, fellas.
And then I guess they got 2 fourth-round picks. Yeah, they do. And then right after that, Keaton Mitchell, running back from East Carolina. He's small too, 5'8", 179.
So,
but he's a blazer.
Yeah, he's a blazer. I remember. Yeah, he's fast. So they're looking for a little home run. Yeah,
is that the one that they say got speed, kind of like CJ2K?
Nah, that's Gibbs.
Okay, Jameer Gibbs from
Alabama. He's the one that has the speed and overall ability. Whereas there's other guys with the speed too, though, like A-Chain and then this kid. Basically, those were the 3.
You don't pick a project at number 1. Bobby, you say this, but everybody's a project. You're in this position.
No, some more than others, though. Some more than others.
No, some more than others. But at the end of the day, this is what it is. This is a new person coming into a professional football league. Regardless of what his college stats were, even if his college stats were the best or his combine is the best, it's a project still. It may be an easier project depending on how many good people you got in your group. But we are talking about Carolina here.
I think Bobby's point is you don't pick if you have the number 1 overall pick.
He can't have a bunch of questions.
You can't have a bunch of questions.
You can't have a bunch of questions, but in this work, you got people to realize you have the number 1 pick.
You draft Trevor Lawrence type guys with that pick.
No, absolutely. But you have the number 1 pick.
You don't draft Trey Lance.
God don't know, or you don't know which way this is gonna go. So regardless of who you pick, it's gonna be a project. And regardless, it's gonna be because
but hear me out then. By that
it's
logic,
apples and oranges.
No. By that logic, though, then who cares who you pick? Just pick anybody.
No, that's why at the end of the day,
Can't live like that.
No, this is what I'm saying. Because this is why I give C's. I can't give grades. We don't know what these players are going to pan out in the NFL. You go pick this player, and he's a guy that's going to be. He's not a project. And then he goes out there and he motherfucking busts his fucking ACL week 1.
No, I
don't
get
know
that.
what the hell the player's going to be like.
What I'm saying is by
I
that
think
logic,
I think we'll talk about the tangibles though.
yeah, like
No,
by that
tangibles, all that stuff, yeah. But ultimately, you're in the professional football league now. That can change overnight. The person that we overhyping could be the person that dead last.
yes, and I can walk outside and get hit by a bus. That's not the point.
That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. So
that's not the point.
Is Trey Lance a project?
Yes.
Yes.
Is Trey Lance a project?
Big time.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
For sure.
Is Goldie a project?
Goldie?
Trevor Lawrence?
No. He's not.
Trevor Lawrence.
He just had Urban Meyer when they drafted him.
Yeah.
But like from day one, he was more ready to do what the league
step
asked
in and
of
start.
you. Right.
He's more ready.
He's
a Trey Lance is a mistake.
And I'll get the most hate for this. I think Will Levis is the most like Trevor Lawrence. He's about 5 notches down, but he's close.
Yeah, I'd say CJ Stroud's a little closer, but I like Levis. I do like Levis, but Levis had a lot of turnover problems,
But 2 years ago, his junior year
last
was better
season,
because the team was better. The team was
right.
The team went way down. The defense lost a bunch of people. He lost his key receiver and his running back. He was working with scraps.
But here's the thing: if you're going to get drafted high, it's going to be on a bad team. It's going to be on a bad team.
You're part of the rebuild, so you're not going to look great the first year, Trevor Lawrence, and then you're going to carry on.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it's all like I said. I agree with the sentiment too that we never know what a play is going to be, but there's a reason why they do the things they do with combines, stuff like that. Because there is certain things you can see ahead of time, how a kid studies, how a kid works. Like these are things. There is things you can measure ahead of time that'll tell you if a guy is going to have at least an upward trajectory once he gets there.
No, I understand. No, I feel that, but.
yeah, you don't know. The world could end.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like all these kids from the number 1 pick, shout out to the number 1 pick. You getting that bread. I hope all these guys room well, successful, but it's kind of like playing the lottery.
There's a reason why people laughed at the Raiders when they went with Jamarcus first, because all of the stories about him were he does not work hard. He's just got a cannon for an arm. No one else is going to draft him here.
And Raiders are actually crazy.
The Raiders did what the Raiders do.
They don't draft great at all. Every draft is like a warning sign for the Raiders. Like,
they love speed. They love
the fans tell them who to pick, and they
love
pick
Darius Hayward Bay type guys. Fabian Washington.
Number 3 in the NFC South we covered tonight. The New Orleans Saints.
Who that?
Imagine covering the Saints and Unk's not even here.
Right.
They scared of their team.
He ain't even in the comments.
That's sad, man. It's sad.
You know what? Bold prediction. I think Derek Carr shows out this year.
Not with that head coach. I'm not buying anything that coach is selling, man.
Yeah, that's how you feeling.
Yeah. When they hired him, I just instantly remembered when he was the coach of the Raiders and how bad they were.
Yeah.
He kind of started that process.
How did he get another job?
Because New Orleans was too lazy to go find another coach.
Is that really where
that's where I would look at it.
I don't want to believe this narrative, but is Bieniemy that bad at interviews?
I don't think I don't think that.
Because that's what I keep hearing now.
I've heard that, and I've heard that
he's too abrasive.
But he's old school.
Yeah,
these new players now. You gotta
coddle him. Yeah, you gotta be friends.
Spoon feed him.
Yeah, you gotta be friends with him.
He said he got time.
I would say that's definitely a downfall to get a coaching job
on Twitch
on a course like that. You know what I'm saying? I just feel some people are built for generations. Some people aren't. I mean, right now we're hitting that clock with Bill, and maybe not, but somebody got him. But he's not a head coach. At the end of the day, that's always going to be the question.
Not yet.
And I mean, will he ever?
I think
so because Ron Rivera is done. I'm gonna say it right now in the air.
He was done 2 years ago.
He was done on the last team that he coached, not this one. Like he was done.
No. The cancer. I swear. I don't even mean to be rude.
No, I agree with you. It's over.
Cancer. The cancer.
Oh, damn.
The cancer. Yeah. He was battling cancer.
It's got way darker than I was going, but
no. I mean to ask, like, no.
It's a fair question. I wasn't going there, but yeah.
Like Robbie Rivers hot. Now 3 years, 4 years later, it probably won't, hurt him as much. But he's on the hot seat. He's not on the hot seat. Right. Yeah. But let's get back to the New Orleans Saints because Robbie Rivers ain't their coach, and I hope they don't hire him. You know what I'm saying? But nah.
I said cancer.
So
man,
that's great. I hope he's okay though. Yeah, I hope.
No, he's good now. He's
in remission. That's good.
Remission and all that. But my thing was, he was on the hot seat before that, and then all of a sudden they kept him. It was nothing like that.
It'd be like that, AP.
You can't fire a man who has cancer.
That's what I'm saying. You can't fire him. I agree with you.
That's fucked up. Like,
nobody would. I hope nobody would do that ever.
For real, man.
So, what would y'all think that the Saints need to, as far as to be a better team this year?
How much time we got?
What the Saints?
Matter of fact, I'm glad I ain't in here.
I think the Saints have to.
He knows
the Saints have to do what they got. They got to go
14-3.
But they're not
still here at least.
You re-signed Michael Thomas for a year. You know what I'm saying? Like
they restructured.
They restructured Mike Thomas?
Yeah.
Made me look like a fool on national TV because I said no chance. Like that's crazy. Why would they do that? He's gonna play 4 games. He's gonna get 4 games. 4 games, he's gonna get hurt.
Keep it up. I'm loving it. Hey, I have to admit though, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Football season in the group was a little bit easier to digest this year.
Yeah,
it's quiet.
When they're not good, it is a quiet place.
I don't know. We still had to deal with 2 in this Cowboys.
No, that's fine. That's not loud. I can deal with these 2. I just need the Packers and the Saints to not be good.
See, we're not loud every Sunday though. We're not loud every Sunday. We're not high, loud. We throw a show on Sundays, but we're not loud like that. You know what I'm saying?
No. I mean,
I'm selling insurance on
a lot louder on Mondays, but not Sundays.
Yeah, a lot louder on Mondays.
Yeah,
Mondays all day.
We pop our collar a little bit on Mondays.
I mean, yeah, unless it's playoff time.
We got on Washington because of Ron Rivera's situation. I don't know how we got on him or them, but we got to Washington. I don't know how, but we talked about Washington a little bit. I hope you liked it, Ant.
How did we get there? That's crazy. Oh, coaches. Yeah, that's how coaches.
It was because I said Derek Carr was going to show out. Coach went to the coach, and then bam.
No. I asked how the. Oh yeah, he went to the coach, and then I asked how the hell did that guy get a job again?
we just ran with it.
Yeah. Oh, and I mentioned
that snowballed real quick.
Yeah, it usually does here.
All right. So what's their draft looking like?
So for their draft,
they need everybody and their mama.
Everything. So they have them. First round, they have them taking defensive lineman Mozzie Smith from Michigan.
Did we skip who they should do free agent wise?
Yep.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. I'm looking at who they listing. Baker Mayfield's gone. I think Justin Houston is gone.
Oh boy.
Lazard is gone. And it leaves us with Larry Ogunjobi.
He's gone.
Ogunjobi.
Okay. And then Ashawn Robinson, he's gone as well, right?
So it's not looking good, is what we're saying.
They got nothing that they wanted.
Yeah,
well, so after all the defensive line they lost, Ogunjobi would have helped them a lot, but the Steelers snatched them up again.
So that's probably why they had him taking a D lineman in round 1.
For sure.
Mozzie Smith from Michigan. Round 2.
Yeah, I like that. I like that big for round 1.
Atamiwa Adebowar, I guess. Defensive lineman from Northwestern.
Yeah. It's a tough name.
First 2 picks, D linemen.
And then
third round,
go into
Rashee Rice, SMU.
I like that pick. I like Rashee Rice. I do like that pick.
Did they lose Marcus Davenport too? Because all I know is that they got Cam Jordan, right? That's it. They lost everybody else on that D line. But I'm not sure about Marcus Davenport.
I don't see Davenport on here.
Wow.
Cam
He was
Jordan,
the only one they had.
Nathan Shepard, Kalen Saunders, Kapasa Ogden.
That's crazy. Marcus Davenport was the only bit of trade bait they had for the end of last mid-season. They should have traded him and tried to get something for him. Because that's literally I have no idea. Will you know?
Marcus Davenport's a Viking.
Marcus Davenport.
It's a Viking.
Oh. Viking. Ugh.
Man, Saints looking bad.
Yeah, Saints. It's not. Look, the one thing that they will have though is they will have, especially if they do land Rashee Rice, they will have a plethora of wideouts.
They have a whole bunch of wideouts. I'm about to say they have mad wideouts. They got dumb wideouts.
They're gonna go get Taj. Oh, they say they got him. Tajay Spears from Tulane.
Yep.
And you know who else they got? You know who else they resigned?
Who?
James.
Oh yeah, they resigned James. Now he's a good with Derek Carr. That's a good insurance policy right there. So now, like, I think now you can look at that team and be like, they're at least, at very least, they're at least average at quarterback. Like, if they at least got a guy who won't necessarily mess everything up. They got two guys who can get the ball down the field. Yeah. Actually, I may have used the wrong phrase there because they have two guys who will throw interceptions. But
thing was though with the go ahead. Well, I didn't mean to cut you off.
They have guys who can stretch the field, like
right,
both receivers and the quarterback arms to do it. They just got to fix every single thing else now, though.
Yeah. I don't think Jameis Winston is literally as bad as we all put him out to be. The start of his career was absolutely horrific, but he went through that injury, went through free agency, and during that time, he literally did nothing besides train. And that just last year, those first couple of games, that little bit of taste that we got of Jameis coming back, or before he got injured, he looked really good. The Saints were doing actually pretty okay. And then he destroyed his knee, and we ain't seen nothing of him yet. So now they wanted to go out and get Derek Carr because they don't know if they can trust Jameis to stay healthy. Jameis Winston was looking like the Jameis Winston y'all saw at Florida State and why he got drafted where he was drafted. So if he ends up going to the market next year, or if he's not too old, because I don't know how old he is, he's probably getting closer to 30 now that we're getting after he's been drafted for at least 5-6 years by now. He did nothing besides work that one off season. He looked 10 times better. The beginning of his Saints career looked great, and then he got hurt. So I have nothing but the best for Jameis because I think he's exciting. I like Jameis as a player personally.
As long as Marcus Mariota in the league, Jameis Winston will be in the league. That's how I feel. And he should be in the league a little bit longer than Marcus Mariota.
Tied at the hip.
Yeah, sometimes it happens like that. Yeah, look, Jameis is a good back.
Wins too.
He's a solid backup. I think he throws too many picks. They both do. We'll see what happens. I like I said though, they're gonna have a bunch of wideouts on this team. That if they stay healthy, that can really go. So their offense at least should look good. I don't know what's gonna happen with Kamara.
That's what I'm saying. Like Kamara,
he going to jail.
Yeah, probably.
It's another video. It's more video that came out. It's definitely not in his favor.
You go to jail now.
He got lucky he didn't get booked last year, but they came out and said last year we're going to wait until the offseason to even do anything. So go out and have fun while you can.
Also, they got him picking in the 7th round, Brandin Willis from Oklahoma, the tight end. I like that pick.
I do too.
He could ball.
They've been kind of searching around for a minute for a decent
real tight end, right? Since like
Jimmy Graham.
Yeah, Graham.
Box office. Like,
remember when Jimmy Graham versus Gronk was a thing?
Yes,
that was my best fantasy football draft. I had pick number 10. And I drafted Gronk and Graham back to back.
It's a lot of touchdowns.
It's a lot of big. That's a lot of.
Who was your quarterback, Jameis?
Probably.
No, I don't remember. It might have been Brady, honestly.
I'm messing with you, but yeah. Like, look, the Saints offense should look if they can get another back in there because Kamara's gone. Get another back in there if they draft that receiver and tight end. I like their offense a lot.
Ben Watson was our last good tight end. No. No disrespect to Ben Watson, man. Definitely shout out to Ben Watson. Should have been listed. Should have been named. But I'm talking about homegrown. He wasn't home. He wasn't homegrown.
Yeah, y'all picked him up. Like, yeah.
Yeah. I'm talking about like somebody that you go for the grocery, you have him for a long state career. Ben
Yeah,
Watson,
right.
PK grown. Fuck Patriots.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Jake, floor is yours. I know you got to head to work, fam.
Yes, sir. Great talking. That was fun. I came in tonight. I know that this the off-season play call sheet always lasts a little bit longer than normal, but yeah, I'll try to hop back on for the fun when I get closer to work. But no, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Show's not over. I just got to head out. I work third shift, so thanks for welcoming me back, fellas. I'll see you tomorrow.
Enjoy the work, brother. Have a good night.
Oh, you think I'm like that?
Don DeMarco.
So obviously, we talked about the Falcons, the Panthers, and the Saints. We got one team left,
and I'm interested because of what they just did.
Yeah, and they're going through a little bit of a complete makeover themselves.
Transitional phase, we call it.
They going for one. They going from 1 to 3, and we'll get into that 1 to 3 situation in a second with the team.
Okay.
Okay.
And we're talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So for them, the 5 sneaky good free agents, they re-signed Levante David, right? Or did he leave also?
Check that. Levante Davis.
Huh. That's a good question.
I think they re-signed him.
Davis, yes, he is remaining a Buccaneer.
They did re-sign him. And I think, let me see.
Signed to a 1 year, $7 million deal.
Okay. Cornerback Jamil Dean.
I think they did they hold on.
So they re-signed him?
They re-signed him too.
Okay.
So I'm starting to see a theme here.
A lot of it was just replacing they had to re-sign guys, yeah.
And I didn't think Dean, I think the last couple of years he played pretty well. Especially that one game when Dallas kept picking on him. He held up for the most part. Second person, guard, Isaac Siamalo.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. It's not actually. Malado.
Did I say his name right?
Yeah.
Trying to figure it out myself. Yeah, Siamalo. Yeah, Isaac Siamalo. Yeah. All right.
Isaac Siamalo.
If that ain't it, it's on him and his family. Like,
he an Eagle.
Yeah, Eagle. Oof. Jacoby Brissett, they went a different direction.
They went to Jacoby Mayfield.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jacoby Mayfield.
They had Brissett as 1, and they had Jimmy G as no. The Brissett is 2, and Jimmy G as 1.
Yep.
And y'all ain't
in other words, they just needed a quarterback. They didn't get none of them, like you say.
But then to cut everybody and Jimmy Bill's gonna be tough because you might remember these guys did sign everybody back on the re-up when they did win the Super Bowl. So I mean, I don't know how much these guys re-up for, but you know, there's some trouble in that aspect. They're gonna have to start fresh eventually.
I'm not gonna lie, fellas. I'm not gonna lie. Of those 3 quarterbacks for the team they have, I like Baker for them better than the other 2.
Based on what premise?
Based on he can drive the ball down the field better than those 2 guys.
And you still got Goodwin, and you still got Mike Evans.
And he's younger, right? He's younger than both of them guys, too. I like that. I like Baker better than – look, if you talk about just straight up and up, Jimmy G's probably the best of the 3. Or at least he's had the best winning percentage of the 3. Mm-hmm. But in terms of, like, overall arm talent, like how you lead a team, give me Baker over all 3 of them guys. Like, I mean,
Baker's going to beat Jameis and Tampa Bay? 30-30 club?
I don't think he'll throw as many picks. He could, though. He could. You never really know.
Hey,
With those wideouts and the way they can get downfield, I like Baker better. Brissett can't throw down the field. Not consistently. He's like a short to intermediate guy all day. I like his leadership, but again, he's kind of an all shucks kind of guy. He's a guy that you want to root for, but I don't know if you'll run through a wall for him. Baker rallied the troops, man. And porn star Jimmy, if he's healthy, he's solid, but I don't know. I like the Baker move for them. I do.
Tampa, man, it's crazy, man, how they go from 1 to 3, man. They go from the hardest team in Florida. Tom Brady comes through, gets a 10, gets the regime, wins the title. They try to run it back to back. Didn't happen this year. Bad things happen. They play in one of the worst divisions in football. Now you got Miami and Jacksonville over in Florida on the come up, and it seems like Tampa Bay this year is going to just try to be able to want to fill seats with what else they have left. So hopefully they can do that. But it's seeming to be that Tampa Bay is going back to what Tampa Bay was.
Bring out the cream circle uniforms.
Yes, bring those out. I love them. I love the all orange ones, the white. Bring them out. Bring them out. It's hard to yell in the background.
So where they currently sit right now, they only have just over $700,000 available for free agency.
Damn, Tom left him flat where it wasn't Tom's fault. You know what I'm saying? Damn, homies. Woo! Then they cut my man Leonard Fournette. You know what I'm saying? They let my man go.
And you know what's crazy about that? So their adjusted cap salary, salary cap is $227 million. Of that amount, almost $74 million is dead money.
Damn. That's a lot of dead money.
That's a lot of dead money.
It's in the swamps. It's on that pirate ship. They gonna get it. Damn, man. I'm happy. I'm happy that this team, it couldn't happen to the Patriots. We haven't really seen the demise yet, but I know it's gonna happen to the Buccaneers. So shout out to Tom for leaving at the right time so that this team could be on the demise, man.
Yeah, they sold it. They did the same thing the Rams did.
Selling their soul, man. Tampa sold their soul. The Rams sold their soul. Who's gonna be the next team on the NFL wheel to sell their soul?
Jay's got a question for you, Will.
Hope it's Jerry Jones. Oh, my fault.
I want to know Will's opinion on.
No. I never believed in Trask. They believe in Trask. Maybe I'm wrong. They believe in Trask. They said they believe in the guy. Like, we believe in Trask, and then they went out and signed Baker, so they don't believe in Trask. I don't think as much as
I don't know. You're not bringing in nobody for the chatter that Baker's gotten. You're not bringing in, like Will said, you're not bringing in this guy Baker if Trask is the guy. You're better off going to draft the guy. You know what I'm saying? And go replace him. And Baker's not, from what we know, Baker wasn't willing to go sit down anyway and have a backup job. He wants to play. So this is the fact. Right now, Baker's going to get a chance to play. And if it backfires, then you'll have Trask on the back end. And that's not bad. He's hopefully it's time to develop. I want to see QBs develop. If it was me, if I was Tampa, I would have just let dry and see what you could do with him for a year. But they can't afford that with all that dead money, and you got to bring some type of tickets into that stadium. So you have to get a guy like Baker who still has not the sparkle that he had when he came into the league, but he's still a number one overall draft pick. You can still market him a little bit. Along with the rest of the guys you have, Mike Evans and whoever you got on that defense, still got a couple good defenders over there. So let's see what they do.
And I agree with you, Bobby. He says, I hate to see it. The Bucs are going to be bad.
Yeah. I mean, there's only so much you can do. You know what I'm saying? You've gotten to where you need to get to, and and if it comes that they're bad, then, they can live.
It is what it is.
With the fairy tale that they can live with the tale that they got it done.
So it's interesting on their first two picks they have them projected to take. They got them taking Alabama DB Brian Branch, and then second round Kansas State cornerback Julius Brents.
I can see them doing that. They had a lot of injuries on that defensive side back in last year when they was waiting for multiple players to get back in shape, get back. So I can see them kind of revamping that end. You know what I'm saying? Keep fresh bodies, do whatever you need to do to stay put in that yard because they're going to have to play hard this year because definitely teams like the teams were doing last year, they definitely trying to air them motherfuckers out.
Third round, Washington State linebacker, Dagan Henley. Fifth round, Nebraska wide receiver, Trey Palmer.
It's another team too in Tampa. Like they have wide receivers. Like they have so many, but like where you going with it? You know what I'm saying? Like you have some guys that kind of picked up. Tried to pick up. It's weird. Teams that have mad wide receivers, I don't know why they go after them. But I mean, it's a draft spot. That guy might end up being better than one of the guys you have, which is cool. But
I think they got to go after receivers because I think they're gonna have to move one of those guys. Like we keep saying every year, like, all right, Bucks re-sign their guys. They re-sign their guys. We just talked about how they have 7,000 cash flush. Like they got nothing right now. So moving forward, it's not gonna get easier. They're gonna have to move one of these guys, I think. And
they better move Mike Evans before his hamstring pop again. They got Godwin. They got Goodwin. They got Goodwin locked in.
Yeah, but Godwin got the bad knee though too. So they both locked in. But it's time for Coach to shine. Which one has more dead cap if they move him? Since that's clearly a problem.
Out of Goodwin and Evans.
Yeah.
With Goodwin, where'd it go? Mike Evans will be a $23.6 million hit.
Okay.
Goodwin 8.6.
So it looks like Godwin's going to be out the door at some point. Possibly. If they want to make some space.
Did they
He good trade bait too. He's still a good wideout. And he came back. He probably came back a little too early, but he still can ball.
Actually, they can get out from underneath him next year.
They'll keep him up.
Got him.
I can see him being a trade deadline move.
Yeah, they can cut because next year he'll be a $26 million dead cap hit.
Oh, so maybe not next year, then the year after. Yeah, Evan. I don't know. Evan seems like he's gonna have to be there though.
I know there was a couple of rumblings locally about Mike Evans in Dallas.
Have fun with that.
He's a Texas A&M guy.
Yeah. Wasn't he Dax? Oh no, he was there with.
He was with Johnny Manziel, right?
Johnny Football.
Johnny Football. Man, those two career paths went different ways.
So
completely.
$21 million dead cap hit, and then next year he'll only be a $12 million dead cap hit.
I think Mike's gonna eventually be gone. Be real, and I'm only speaking of longevity. Like who stays where they want to? Who stays their whole careers with teams anymore? That's why I feel like Mike will be on the move, just because Goodwin's in terms of years.
He's 4 years younger than Mike.
Right. I think Mike, just because of what they have, everything he's done and all that, eventually, they'll part ways, maybe to a championship team, maybe to a contender. I mean, it could happen. I think Mike's going to be the one.
Wideouts are weird, though, because wideouts don't need a bunch of rings.
They don't.
To validate themselves. And he got one. So he could chase the bag for the rest of his life now if he wants to.
He definitely could. And
it'd be interesting to see.
What OBJ wants to be right now, Mike Evans could be that.
Yeah.
He can go chase 1 year deals if he wants to. You know what I'm saying? And get the 12 to 15 that OBJ thinks he can get, but he's going to get 4 to 7.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Who do they? Trey Palmer.
Evans and Lattimore hate each other so much that it makes the Saints-Bucks games fun. Yeah, those Bucks-Saints games are interesting. They're pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of grit. And the Saints, fought hard in the last few years. We're having people think the lesser team, but this is why division matchups really matter, because you don't know how they're going to play out. Teams prepare for this team 2 times a year and throughout the season because you're playing them twice. So,
Bobby, I got a question for you. Do you think that Lattimore is going to return back to form this year. He's had 2 back-to-back campaigns. You know, he broke his arm 2 years ago, and then last year he was just quiet.
And while Bobby answers that, I'll answer this question. We went over this, I believe.
Shout out Thanos.
What up, Thanos? To answer your question, I believe the coach, Reich. Everyone thinks it's going to be Richardson because they moved up right after that crazy combine. But I'm pretty sure Coach Reich loves C.J. Stroud. He believes that he's the next coming of. I forget who he compared him to somebody great. But he said, yeah, he's the next best thing. So.
Shout out to you tuning in, man. Appreciate you. I think Lattimore's done.
Ooh.
He won't be around in Noya much longer.
That's crazy. Yeah, that could definitely be the case. Interesting.
The shitty NFC South we just went through, guys. I hope you.
Yeah, and look, we knew this day was going to come when we started this mission. We knew this day.
we survived. You know. We ended up in San Diego. You know, it's nice Florida. You know, in our minds, we're not there, but you know, we ended there. We got there.
I showed up late because I was moving on this day. No, I'm kidding. I was.
You know what I'm
saying? But yeah.
Hey, real quick, Bobby.
Yeah.
So I do agree with you about Lattimore. I just want to hear from a Saints fan. I want to make sure I want to be biased. No, not being funny, but I want to make sure that I'm being biased. But I will say this. I do remember in the group, there's a whole lot of chatter about Lattimore was better than Diggs. Diggs is still ascending.
Well, their age is a little different, isn't it?
No. I think they're very close to it. I think that's about a year apart, maybe.
Ooh.
And people got to realize, though, it's kind of a transformation for Diggs still. It's like
he's still learning how to play.
That's what I'm saying. So even comparing Lattimore to Diggs and Diggs, come on, man. This is what I'm saying. Coach, I agree with you when people talk about come on, man. And this guy's on the down and Diggs on the up. Let's go, Diggs. I hope you don't hold out enough in this season, man. I hope you don't really want your money right now, Diggs. Please don't make it hard on us, man. You're trying to have a good season, no problems.
No, they're Marcus Lattimore? No, they're a whole career apart in age. Yeah, Lattimore's 31. He's been around. Diggs 24. From what I just checked, unless I checked the wrong person. But
you checked the cousin. You checked his cousin.
No, Marcus Lattimore. Oh, I did check his cousin. Why would his cousin come up? That is hilarious.
Hey yo, how did he do it?
That's funny as hell. Why would he come up?
Hold on. So somebody was telling me one day in the group, you know the Archos, right? Those dudes that be on the TV screen. So one of them was telling me that the one that's on FS1 was in the league for 9 years. He was looking up his brother who was in the league for 9 years. I said, no. It's funny as hell. It just reminded me of that shit, man. It happens, man. Especially
So it's 2 years, 26, 24. Damn, why that Marshawn seems like he's older. He seems like he's been around longer.
He probably came out the league after his sophomore year college. Probably. Junior year, right? How many years they have to wait?
Yeah, you got to do 3 years, but yeah.
3 years, so junior year. He probably came out to like his junior year, probably. That's probably why.
So I see 2 comparisons for CJ Stroud, and I hope one of them is not true. This one comes from an Ohio State broadcast.
Not biased at all.
They say that one guy said that he reminded him of Ryan Tannehill.
That's rough.
Miami Dolphin, Ryan Tannehill?
Or Tennessee?
But keep in mind, that may not sound like a glowing review, but remember, it's a comparison based more on playing style than accolades. Tannehill has been a starter in his entire 10-year NFL career, made a Pro Bowl, and led the league in pass efficiency ratings and yards per attempt, among other stats in 2019. But then the other one
now is a Brown. That's a Brown.
But the other one that they compared him to is Matt Ryan.
I don't like either of these, but but if I had to choose, I'd take the Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan depending on if he goes to the NFC South for the Panthers, that Matt Ryan is kind of on the money because we see what Matt Ryan did in the NFC South, you know. But if this Stroud kid goes anywhere else, then maybe we have the Ryan Tannehill discussion. But
Now-
I like more than Matt Ryan. I like more than Matt Ryan because all QBs are not gonna be able to get to the promised land. He got to the promised land. All QBs ain't gonna be able to win Super Bowls. But Matty was a bad man, dog. Matty Ice, dog.
Matty Ice, yeah.
But
we
the
had
last
Butterworth
comparison
on NBC.
you may like. The last comparison came from former NFL scout Daniel Kelly. He compared him to NFL Hall of Famer Warren Moon.
That I could kind of see. That might just be a. Yeah, no, I can see that actually. Maybe I don't know.
I think it's a lazy comparison because of the color.
I kind of think that's what that was about. But.
Depends on who's saying it though. Depends on who's the person making this comparison.
Here's the thing.
Daniel Kelly.
The most important comparison, or the most important thing that like somebody's saying is what's the coach that's about to draft him saying? And Wright loves him. So I think he's gonna be a Panther.
Think so?
Yeah. I think
they already making jerseys. We about to get Stroud jerseys, because Stroud's gonna be the number one pick in the draft. It's kind of nice. Stroud on the back of a Panthers jersey. It's not bad. Maybe you can have CJ, the whole name, CJ Stroud on the Panthers jersey. You know what I'm saying? Because the last name's not that long.
Will they even let him do that?
Maybe. Maybe. He's gonna have the castle at least for the 2.5 years. You know what I'm saying? Until he messes it up or he gets an extension or something. So he may be able to pull some strings.
I just want to do a quick.
What you got?
Let me see right here. Just doing a quick little, real fast mock draft. See what happens.
And mock draft's fun, huh?
Now I try not to do them because then this is all I'll do for the day. Like I'll just be doing these constantly. Who am I going to be? I'm going to be the Falcons. Pick number 8. I just want to see who.
Wow, real quick.
Yeah.
So do you think, as far as the NFC South, do you think they're going to repeat themselves performance-wise as they did last year, or is it going to be much more improved?
Oh, they can only get worse. Jeez. How can they get better? Brady's out of it now. Like it gotta get worse, right?
Nobody has a legitimate quarterback in that division.
Up. At least have to be competitive, more competitive than it was last year. All these teams that we mentioned tonight, they all have the same problem. The thing is, who's going to be the team? Because the way the NFL is, even if you have a losing record in this division, one team is making the playoffs. Question is, what team is going to rise above the rest of them this year?
I think it's going to be the team that I expected to do it this past year, Carolina.
If Carolina has the tools already, they had the going out of last season with the juice they had, and the only thing you would say is adding, subtracting would be the only problem. But overall, they're getting their team assembled. This is who they want in the future, and they got confidence in it, and this is why they did it. Then, hey, maybe Carolina's division for the taking.
Bobby said they were bad with Brady. Now it's Baker or Trask.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough.
Yeah, Brady was pretty bad last year.
So I've done a bunch of these before, and this is how it plays out a lot. So it plays out. Panthers 1, Stroud. Bryce Young, number 2 to the Texans. Will Anderson, 3 to the Cardinals. Anthony Richardson to the Colts at number 4. Jalen Carter, number 5 to Seattle. Tyree Wilson, the edge rusher, to Detroit at 6. This is where it gets a little murky. I don't know if maybe the system doesn't realize yet, but it has the Raiders taking Will Levis at 7. I think he's pretty happy with Jimmy G for the next couple of years. I don't think he'll be drafting a quarterback. That would be weird, right? I don't think he's gonna do that.
I don't think he's gonna do Jimmy like that, having him come over there. Nah.
That'd be kind of slimy.
He's already had friction with his last. He's already had friction with the last quarterback. You don't want to have friction with the next one coming in. So I can see him drafting. If so, later, but you ain't need later because you still got the backup that played with the Patriots years ago. You still got him. Mm-hmm. So you don't really, like you said, you don't really got to flirt with the QB position because you got somebody at least, if he's healthy, that can get around what you're trying to get around.
So because I just picked the Falcons to do it with to see how it would play out, I'm going to take what they suggested earlier, Jackson Smith and Jigba. And let's see what the rest do. So then the next two guys were corners, I think.
To my Joey Porter Jr.
First off the board after me was number 9, Christian Gonzalez, cornerback out of Oregon.
Got wheels.
Yep, yeah, he does. Then they had Davon Witherspoon, a cornerback out of Illinois, going to the Eagles. Miles Murphy, edge rusher out of Clemson, going to the Titans. Quentin Johnson, the receiver from TCU, going 12th to the Texans. Let me see. Yeah. They have us at number 13, Paris Johnson Jr., the tackle out of Ohio State, going to the Jets. They have my Patriots at 14, picking Lucas Van Ness, the edge rusher out of Iowa. Okay, your boy Joey Porter Jr. went 16th to Washington. Yeah. Interesting. I like to do these. Ooh, they have at 19, the Bucks going with Michael Mayer, the tight end out of Notre Dame. Supposed to be baby Gronk.
Yeah.
Well, Tom ain't there.
Yeah, no, he's not. No, he is not. That's crazy. All right, well, it's gonna be. Ooh, they got you at 26. Your Dallas Cowboys picking the Boston College product, Zay Flowers, wide receiver.
Yo, we need a Boston. Yo, Zay, I'm getting
I knew he was gonna be happy about that.
I'm getting a jersey, BC. Yo, tell you, dog. That's why we don't need Cooks, dog.
Y'all want to be terrified? This is never gonna happen. But if it does, y'all want to be scared for the league? Y'all want to be real scared for the league?
What's that?
At number 31, the Chiefs get Bijan Robinson.
That would be scary.
That would be terrible for everybody.
I'm turning my camera off for that one.
That would be,
There's no way. He slides down that low.
We're not watching football next year if that happens. Because that's wild. Even though I like the Chiefs. I like watching Mahomes do his thing. I love watching greatness. That'd be too messed up, man. Yeah, that's crazy.
All these upsets, man. Shout out to college basketball and all these upsets. Man.
Oh, let's go. Yeah, I mean, it's not really the basketball show today, but we here, man. We can talk some stuff.
Now we got a notification about the women's side. You know what I'm saying? A couple upsets going on over there as Miami knocked out Indiana tonight.
Oh yeah, yeah. Miami, both Miami. It might be the year for Miami, bro. Like they got the men's and the women's going hard right now.
Right, definitely. They got them all going hard, man.
If you remember the year that UConn did that.
UConn, that was like 04, I think, with the girls and the boys.
Was it?
I think it was.
Damn, how long has Kemba been in the league? You're right. That was the Kemba team.
Was it? No, okay. If it was the Kemba, then they did it again. So they did it again when Kemba was there. If they did it again when Kemba was there, that was like, damn.
No, I think that's got to be the only time they did it, right? Because they won with Kemba and they won with
I got a feeling that they won
with Shabazz.
Yeah, but I got a feeling they did that. The most recent was probably that.
Was that with Rudy Gay and Ben Gordon in them?
Emeka Okafor, Ben Gordon.
Did that team win it all?
Emeka Okafor, Ben Gordon. Yeah, they won it all 04.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they did it then too. Then, damn, UConn had a run, huh?
Yeah, UConn over here. They're about to make it. They're probably gonna make the Elite Eight. They in the Sweet 16 right now, and they played like a top 5 team to start the year off, and then halfway through the year, they just kind of getting that bounce back, like that UConn, like the kind of UConn teams that had Kimber and back.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, man, enough of that basketball talk, man. Play call sheet, man. We went through the dirty South. You know, it was a pleasant time.
Dirty, definitely dirty. So I feel pretty filthy.
I need a full blown shower.
You know? It's murky down there.
It's bad.
Like Gulf water.
It's real bad.
Who got shout outs tonight?
Man, shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody who was in there. Shout out to Jake who was here and then left. Shout out to my guy Lewis who was here. Just everybody, man. Shout out to y'all. I know I showed up late, but slid right back in as usual because we have great chemistry. It's what we do, man. We have fun with this. This is always a blast.
If my mistake was Stidham, if he got signed to the Bears, then shout out to him. I thought he was still with the Raiders. So if you have that information, Jake, just confirm that, let me know. But yeah, man, if he is, then I guess they got to go get somebody, but they're not going to hurt Jimmy G and go in the first round. Shout out to everybody that tuned in tonight. You know, play call sheet. You know, we went Peyton Manning on it, and then the last 2 minutes we went Tom Brady on it. So it's kind of a good combination to go by. You know, when we have successful people like us, as well as Jake that was here throughout the show, but had to leave a little bit early. So shout out to you guys and shout out to everybody that showed love through the comment thread, shared, liked, subscribed, man. Appreciate you all.
Stidham's a Bronco.
Stidham's a Bronco. Let's ride.
It got weird. It got weird.
Shout out to Kyrie, Bobby, Jamie, Lewis, Anthony, and Thanos. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. Keep supporting us as we march closer towards the 2023 NFL Draft. Got big plans for everybody. Hey, just make sure you got your calendar clear. You may get a chance to hang out with us, maybe.
Hang out.
I just throw that little nugget out there.
I just can't wait for the
hang out
draft.
with him. I don't like a lot of them, so you know what I'm saying? Maybe I want to hang out with y'all.
But we definitely appreciate y'all as always. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night, 7:30 for the Chop It Up. I'm missing it. I didn't get my fix last week.
Yeah, man.
I know, bro.
Last week, man, it was kind of hurt. It was kind of heartbreaking, man, for me.
Yeah, we missed
Marvel
the job.
you know, like we never left.
But we appreciate y'all. Much appreciated. Talk to y'all tomorrow. Have a good night. Doses.
Take care.